Sometimes I say, Father in heaven, as I try to fill the vessel of experience, life's experiences, Father, I'm all in favor of the time to dance, and the time to be born, and the time to embrace, and the time of peace, and the time to love. It's the time to die, and the time to mourn, and the time to weep I sometimes have problems with. And my mind went back to a moment when my parents were divorced. My mother wanted me to learn to love, and so she let me have any living thing I wanted so I could learn to love the dog and the rats and the guinea pigs and the cats and the parakeets. And if it moved and I wanted it, I got it because she wanted me to learn to love. And she gave me 2 little bantam chickens one time, a rooster and a hen, and the hen laid 6 eggs, and I watched those little puff balls of yellow, one black one, hatch out. I love those chickens. And one day while I was at school, the little neighborhood kids came in and they opened the door and to see the chickens and left the gate open and the door to the chicken coop open, and the dogs in the neighborhood gathered and killed them all. I came home from school to the open gate and the pack of dogs and the devastation, and I sat down inconsolable and cried and said, Father in heaven, why do we have to lose the things we love? And he said, that is the way of things, Mike. That is how we learn how much we love. That is how we learn what to value. But don't be always sad, because I can bring good out of even this. In Liberty Jail, he said to Joseph Smith, all these things will give thee experience and be for thy good. And Paul testified, we know all things work together for good to them that love God. 2 years ago, I should have been here, but I was in a hospital in Sandy, Utah, listening to an oncologist tell me that my wife had brain cancer and that it would kill her. She could not live. I tried to hold it together for a while for the family, and when I had a chance, I was alone, I went off and sat down, and I sobbed just like that little boy in the backyard. Not with a full-grown 2-year-old knowledge of life and the gospel plan and all of its comforts, but just like that little boy looking at the devastation in the backyard and saying, Father in heaven, why do we have to lose the things we love? And he answered, that is the way of things, Mike. That is how we learn how much we love. That is how we learn the value of things. But don't be always sad. I will turn even this into goodness. So as I look into the vessel of life's experiences and God's great goodness, ultimately, he says, no matter what's in there, the time to mourn, the time to dance, all the times are all beautiful, and I will make them all good for you. Every single one. That is his goodness. It is the great collection of all collections to understand the great goodness of God.